Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the top 10 best centers in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. I will say, before I actually start the list, I have kind of instituted like a 6'11" height minimum at the center position for this list, which means no Jaren Jackson Jr., no Onyeka Okongwu, no Alonzo Mourning, although I do think he's pretty solid at center still. Those guys are not included on this list. They're very solid cards, but I just have decided 6'11" and up for center. Just creates a little more variety between power forward and center lists. And to be fair, those guys are probably better at power forward than they are at center. So hopefully that makes sense. That being said, number 10 is going to be Marc Gasol. This card is slow. That's his biggest issue. His jumper's also not insane, although I actually think it's pretty fine. Doesn't have SIGs, whatever. A lot of centers don't. That's not a big deal. 85 standing, 80 driving dunk isn't insane, but he's a nasty defender. He's got really, really good all-around stats and badges besides the 79 speed, and he's a great shooting big as well. His jumper isn't pretty, but it's actually pretty solid in terms of how smooth and easy to green it is, and it being decently quick, not super duper slow. He is a very solid card. That being said, this being the only Opal Mode reward for this season is disappointing because the honest truth is he's not that great. There are several bigs on this list that are definitively better than him, and honestly, even if you want to be really generous and value his defense a lot and his shooting and like put him up a couple more spots, the highest I think I could argue this card would be like at the very highest, maybe 7. He's just not that amazing of a card. I think he's number 10 on this list. I'm not the biggest fan of Marc Gasol, unfortunately. Jack Sikma's going to be number 9. Elite pick and popper, solid defender, decent finisher, not the greatest finisher, still not crazy athletic in his own right, but he's got a better jumper than Gasol does, which I think is valuable. Even though Gasol has better overall stats and badges in a couple of different areas, I think I still slightly prefer Sikma, especially because of that improved jumper. I think you can kind of go either way with these two depending on what you value, but I still think Sikma's a very good card. I'm going to have him at number 9. Call me crazy for this one. LaMarcus Aldridge up at number 8. I have decided I want to put this card this high. I know that might feel a little too high. I know his defense isn't as good as Gasol or even quite as good as Sikma probably, but he's a really good pick and popper. He's got a little more athleticism with the 84 speed. He is a very, very, very solid card. He also has a very good jumper with KD escape, which is nice. He's a really solid card. I like Aldridge a lot. Defensively, I mean, 89 interior, 90 block, 82 perimeter, 84 agility, 84 steal. Not bad. He's more athletic, like I said, than both of those guys in terms of the speed. This is a close group, all three of these guys. I really think you can kind of go either way, but this Aldridge card is super duper nice, and I think he deserves to be recognized. I'm going to put him on this list in the spot, and I think, man, I'm sitting here trying to decide, do I want to put Sikma above him and alter my list? Because Sikma is a little better, probably, in terms like 85 standing is at 80 is nice. You know what? I'm going to switch it. I am still going to leave him top 10, but I think I'm going to put him 9. I'm just going to switch that on the fly. Number 7 is going to be Kel'el Ware. Love this card in terms of player build, defense, dunk animations, defensive animations. He is one of those guys with his size and his speed and his player build. He just gets nasty animations. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, looks bigger than that. Hoff posterizer, Hoff paint patroller, bunch of other good gold badges. I know he's not as complete Hoff badge wise as anybody else on this list, of course, considering he's an amethyst, but he's 89 speed. That's D-Rob, Hakeem, Embiid speed. Elite athleticism. Feels like he has better than 85 standing and driving, 100%. His dunk animations are nasty. He's a solid shooter with a jumper that, again, isn't crazy, but it's smooth, it's easy to, and it's consistent. And defensively, he's a stud. Even though the stats don't say absolute stud, I'm telling you, he gets ridiculous dunk animations, ridiculous defensive animations, and really good rebound animations too. He is a really, really good card. Love Kel'el Ware. We'll continue to advocate for that card for especially budget players out there. I hope you all got him from the festival. Bosh is going to be my number 6. This Bosh card is, I mean, look, really good, really complete card. Besides the low block and steal rating, everything else about him is nice. Great shooter with a great jumper. Super solid finisher with good finishing badges. Great speed for a big. Versatile defender, guards on the interior to high level, solid rebounder. And again, I like his jumper a lot too. He does everything you want a big man to do. He's a very good card. He's not going to be the best defensive big in the game, but he's going to hold his own in that end, especially even against the biggest and baddest bigs in my team. He's just a super solid card. I do think he is a top 6, and you could even maybe argue top 5 big on this list. Great level 40 reward. Really was a phenomenal level 40. David Robinson is my number 5. I understand the jumper on him isn't insane, but he's 87 speed, very big, 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan, great defender in his own right. Bosh has a better jumper, but D-Rob is going to be better at physically matching up with the Embiids, Hakeems, and certainly the KPs and Wembys of the world when it comes to that type of size. I do think at center position that is valuable. If you prefer the shooting ability, maybe Bosh is going to be a preferable card for you at the center position. I think I'd still lean D-Rob, but I do understand that these two are very close, and if you wanted to flip-flop that, I wouldn't be mad at you. It's just kind of an opinion thing, I think, in terms of what you value at the center spot. Number 4 is going to be Kristaps Porzingis. KP at 7'2" is really, really good. He does feel a tiny bit slow with 80 speed, 82 agility, I will say, as does Wemby, who's coming up on this list. But, I mean, he's an incredible pick and popper with a great jumper and a 93 3 ball and a bunch of good off shooting badges. He is nasty. And he's got 90 standing with good finishing badges, and he's defensively pretty solid. I just wish he was a little more athletic, but at 7'2", you can't have everything, you know what I mean? I really do like the card. I think pick and pop wise, he's as good as it gets in my team. He might be the best pick and pop center in the game with his size, his release, and his shooting ability. He is a nasty card, without a doubt. But I got him at number 4. Number 3 is going to be the before mentioned Victor Wembanyama. 7'4" with a 7'8" wingspan. He's a bigger Wemby, pretty much, or a bigger KP, I should say. Not quite as good of a shooter, and not 1 lower speed, 5 lower agility. There are a couple of areas where he's maybe not quite as good, but the size kind of makes up for it. The defense, I do think, overall is a bit better also. He is great at the center position. He's glitchy as heck. Can be really, really tough to stop. If he gets inside position on you, it's over for the possession. Like, he's just one of the more glitchy, unstoppable cards in the game. And some people would argue him number 1. If you have him fully badged with a bunch of extra legend badges and stuff, maybe he is. As he is, I don't think that's the case. Number 2 is going to be Hakeem. The key about a guy like Hakeem versus a guy like Wemby is that speed. 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan, and the defensive versatility, 97 interior, 94 block, 90 dunking, 88 3 ball still, or sorry, 83 3 ball, still pretty solid, honestly. Jumper is not insane, but I do like it. I think Hakeem's jumper is easy and consistent. And he's also got Defox Escape Pro dribble style, puts the ball on the floor better than really anybody else on this list, in my opinion, in terms of overall shot creation versatility. I really like Hakeem. He's another guy, by the way, same category as Kel'el, Ware, just gets nasty defensive rebounding dunk animations. Just really, really good animation card. He always is. Hakeem is just a stud. And then number 1 is going to be Joel Embiid, who I do think is just a little bit better version of Hakeem. I think they provide very similar things on the court. They're basically the same size. Their stats in a lot of ways are very similar. Embiid is very slightly better in terms of overall completeness badge-wise. His jumper's probably slightly more consistent. He does have a +8 3-ball and better shooting badges, which does help him out, I think, a bit. Overall, they're close. I think Embiid is a little better. Honestly, Hakeem's the better off the dribble guy. I think he's slightly better rebounding wise in terms of his animations, maybe even slightly better defensively. But Embiid is, to me, the more versatile card, especially on the offensive end of the court. He's got slightly better stats and badges. I just think he's the slightly better card. But again, they're very, very close. You can kind of flip-flop those two however you want, in my opinion. They pretty much do the same thing on the court. So, with that being said, this is my top 10 right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think of it in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.